What's up lads, Josh here and welcome back to yet another episode of FIFA 15 Ultimate Team Predictions. We are going to cover 5 more players today and then I'm going to leave uploads until after the transfer deadline date, and I'll do a huge video, just talking about all the biggest transfers that have happened to, I guess, the biggest clubs. But if you guys are looking to buy some cards, do be sure to check the link in the description for UT Clearance View, selling for £3 on the Xbox and £4 on the PlayStation. You can use the code JG94 at checkout to get an additional 5% off of that. But apart from that, let's go straight into this video and let's go cover some players. On to the first player of this episode, guys. We're going to talk about Alex Song. Now, recently he has been transferred over to West Ham for a 1-year loan deal from Barcelona. It's a really strange transfer. Sort of came out of nowhere, no rumours or anything, just bang happened, and it was all over Twitter and everything, and it's all official right now. It's quite a strange one. I would love to see him at Manchester United, of course. Great central defensive, and I think that's a really great pickup there from West Ham for a year-long loan deal. But last season he played 30 games, scored 0 goals and got 1 assist. I'm going to give him an 83 rated central defensive mid card for West Ham, of course. I'm going to give him -1 pace, +1 shooting, +2 passing, +0 dribbling, -4 defending, and +3 physical, 3-star weak foot, and of course 3-star skill moves. Moving on to the next player, guys, we're going to talk about Daley Blind, recently transferred over from Ajax to Manchester United for I think just over 15 mil. I think it's like 15.4 mil, so we're not overpaying for for another player. That is a pretty decent price for a pretty decent player. Very, very versatile player. He can play left back, central defensive, centre back, but because we signed Luke Shaw, and I think he'll play that wing back role if we stick to the 3 at the back formation. That is, I don't think Blind will be playing at left back anymore at Manchester United. I do think he'll be playing centre back because that is where we most need him, but because he played central defensive a lot for Ajax, I think that is what his card may be. Maybe it'll be a centre back, I'm really not too sure. We'll have to wait and find out. But last season he played 37 games, scored 1 goal and got 1 assist. I'm going to give him a 77 rated central defensive mid card for Manchester United. Going to give him +0 pace, +3 shooting, +5 passing, +2 dribbling, +5 defending, and +3 physical, keeping his weak foot at 3, and skill moves at 2. Moving on to the next player, guys, we're going to talk about Fernando Torres, recently transferred over from Chelsea to AC Milan for a 1-year long loan deal from Chelsea, of course, and it's going to be a good move for him. Hopefully he can get back on track, start scoring loads of goals again, and getting back into good form for when he returns to Chelsea. If he, I'm not sure if they'll buy him afterwards. We'll have to wait and see, of course, how his season will play out at AC Milan. But last season he played 41 games, scored 11 goals, and got 6 assists. Never really had a really amazing season for Chelsea since leaving Liverpool, but hopefully he can pick up his form again at AC Milan. But I'm going to give him an 82 rated striker card for AC Milan. I'm going to give him +4 pace, -2 shooting, -2 passing, +1 dribbling, +0 defending, and -1 physical. Going to give his 4-star, going to keep him at 4-star weak foot, sorry, and increase his skill moves up to 4, because a lot of people in the foothead section were saying that he definitely needed his 4-star skill moves back. So I kind of agree. He is, he can be flary when he wants to be, and I think the 4-star skill moves is definitely warranted. Moving on to the next player, guys, we're going to talk about Daniel Agger, recently transferred over from Liverpool to Brøndby IF. I think that's his old team, and I think the transfer fee was just under or just over, it's like 4 mil or 5 mil, something very, very close to that, and it is a very, very good pickup, to pick up their older player, I guess, because that is where he went to, he was playing at Brøndby, then went to Liverpool, and now he's going back to Brøndby, so it's pretty cool. I think he's only ever played for 2 clubs in his entire footballing career, so very, very loyal indeed. But last season he played 23 games, scored 2 goals and got 1 assist. I'm going to give him a 81 rated centre back card for Brøndby IF. I'm going to give him +0 pace, -1 shooting, -1 passing, -3 dribbling, +2 defending, and -6 physical, 3-star weak foot, and 2-star skill moves. And finally, guys, moving on to the final player of this episode, we are going to talk about Esteban Cambiasso, recently transferred over from the very successful club of Inter Milan to a very strangely Leicester City. It's quite a strange transfer in my opinion, but it is a completely free transfer, so I guess that's really good for Leicester City. Can't imagine what his wages will be, but I think he's got a good probably 2 years in him. He is a very, very experienced central defensive mid, has always played for, he's played for Inter Milan for bloody ages, so hopefully Leicester get a good chunk out of him. But last season he played 33 games, scored 4 goals and got 2 assists, a fairly decent amount of goals there for a central defensive actually. But I'm going to give him a 78 rated central defensive mid card for Leicester City, of course. I'm going to give him -3 pace, +1 shooting, -2 passing, -3 dribbling, -2 defending, and keeping his, heading/physical the same, and 4-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves also. Thank you guys for watching yet another episode of FIFA 15 Ultimate Team Predictions. I am going to wait to upload the transfer deadline day, probably just after a day after, when all the transfers are made. I will cover, just in one probably 10-minute long video, I will cover all the transfers that needs covering for you guys, and to keep you all up to date with the latest transfers. And of course, it will be cool to see some of their potential FIFA 15 cards. But apart from that, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, rate, and subscribe to our channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter @ScribbleNo4. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.